Alright, guys, Liverpool have just lost 3-2 to West Ham United, and Liverpool weren't at their best today, and West Ham played the perfect game plan, I thought, to beat Liverpool. It is the best way to beat Liverpool. You got to play a low and compact defence and defensive midfields. They effectively had sort of six at the back when defending. Obviously, you got the back four and Declan Rice and Thomas Souček in front of that. And they defended very well. Liverpool had very few clear-cut chances. And yeah, West Ham were brilliant defensively. For the opening goal, I thought it definitely wasn't a foul for me. It was a good corner. Fornals put it into a dangerous area. Alisson's gone to jump for it. He's got a little nudge off, I think it might have been Mikel Antonio behind him. And also he's got Angelo Ogbonna in front of him, and Ogbonna's jumped at the perfect time. He's jumped just before Alisson's about to jump, which has stopped Alisson from being able to go up and get the ball. And part of me didn't, even as a Liverpool fan, didn't want to see it disallowed, because one of the things I've always had an opinion on in football is that I think goalkeepers are far too overprotected, and it would just be wrong for me if that goal was disallowed. So it's good for the game that it was allowed, even though you don't really want your team to go 1-0 down. It's not ideal. But yeah, Liverpool's response to that wasn't great, but I think part of that was down to the fact that Angelo Ogbonna had two separate injuries. The first one looked like a knee injury where he's caught his studs in the ground and potentially twisted his knee. The other one was cut from a Diogo Jota elbow in the face, and he did have to get subbed off, unfortunately. What else have I got down? And yeah, Liverpool's first big chance of the game was Trent Alexander-Arnold's free kick, and it was executed brilliantly. Just rolled it to Mo Salah. Mo Salah stopped it for him, changes the angle, and you could quite clearly see from where the free kick was hit that that roll of the ball was massive, because instead of having to curl it over Declan Rice, he's got to be 6'2", 6'3" at least. He had to curl it over Jarrod Bowen, who's probably 5'9", 5'10" at a guess. And it was brilliant free kick right in the top corner. Made it 1-1 at half the time. And Liverpool, at the end of the second half, they were looking good, but in the second half just didn't come out the same. West Ham came out the better side in the second half. Like in the first half, West Ham were rubbish in attack. I think that's fair to say. But in the second half, they were a different beast completely. Their front four were all playing really well: Ben Rama, Fornals, Bowen, and Mikel Antonio. And the goal. Well, first of all, you had another corner where I think it was Craig Dawson hit the bar after he came on for Angelo Ogbonna. And for the goal, Jarrod Bowen's just run through the entire Liverpool team, very similar to what we saw against Man City, in that when Bernardo Silva just picks up the ball in midfield and runs past five players, far too easy. Someone's got to take him down and just take a yellow card for the team, but no one does it. And I'll be honest, I thought the midfield was where we got it wrong today. I thought the defence, in terms of Alexander-Arnold, Matip and Van Dijk, they were all good. Robertson didn't have his best game again today. He hasn't been in great form recently. He's a bit under pressure at the moment for his starting spot, because Kostas Tsimikas is playing really well in the games he is playing. But again, I don't think Robertson necessarily did anything wrong in defence. But the midfield, Jordan Henderson and Fabinho were poor today. I thought Oxlade-Chamberlain was a bit better, and that's a problem, because when Liverpool play Oxlade-Chamberlain, you need Henderson and Fabinho in midfield, and Henderson and Fabinho weren't up to their usual standards today. And like if Oxlade-Chamberlain had been having a poor game, then Jesus Christ, it could have been 4 or 5 for West Ham. But yeah, Henderson and Fabinho were poor, and Thiago weren't much better when he came on. And then about 5 minutes later, West Ham got a third from a corner, this time from Kurt Zuma, long one over the top to the back post. I thought this time Trent Alexander-Arnold didn't cover himself in glory. He's sort of backed away from Kurt Zuma at the back post, and Zuma's had a fairly easy finish. It was a good run from Zuma, though, around the back. No one picked him up. I thought Alisson, for the second goal, for Fornals' goal, again, weren't great. Probably should have saved it, considering he got a hand to it. What else have I got? Then Klopp brought Divock Origi on, and I'll be honest, Divock Origi, when he came on, was he put himself about really well, played really well when he came on. And every time Origi plays this season, he does look quite good, I think. He looks proper up for it most of the time when he's on the pitch. My camera just cut off there. I was just saying, Divock Origi, he's got a goal contribution in every single time he's had a significant amount of minutes this season. And I think he deserves a chance in starting for the team, because Diogo Jota, he's got a few goals this season, but in terms of performances, I don't think he's been great, really. Mane missed a really big chance right at the end of the game to level the score, and it wasn't an easy chance. It was a diving header. He probably should have done better with it, though. But Mane, I thought, was all right today. Same with Salah. Those two didn't have bad games. I thought the worst performers for Liverpool today were Fabinho, Henderson, Jota, and possibly Robertson, although that's a bit harsh, and Alisson as well. But yeah, and Thiago weren't great when he came off the bench either. But West Ham thoroughly deserved it. That they did exactly what they needed to do. Played well, especially in the second half, and played a perfect game plan. And I think you've got to give a lot of credit to David Moyes for that. Just seeing what else I've got written down on my notes. Kurt Zuma, as I think I've already said, was absolutely brilliant today, and I think his name never really gets thrown up in discussions for like players who are one of the top centre backs in the league. I think Chelsea selling him for, I don't know how much he was, but if it was 25 million. I think West Ham have got a bargain there, because Zuma, I'm guessing, is still only 25, 26 maybe. So, if he should be good for another 6 or 7 years. I know he has had a few injury issues in the past, but he's still a very good defender. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say. Bit of a disappointing game for Liverpool. But a brilliant result for West Ham, and that takes them above Liverpool in the league to third. And even then, they're only behind Man City on goal difference, I think. But it's not been a good enough start to the season from Liverpool, or recent results anyway. Because I think we've played 11, won 6, drawn 4, and lost 1. And we now every team in the Premier League's lost 1 game at least. Liverpool were the last unbeaten team. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.